Lynn and George Haynes both worked nights at a local manufacturing plant in Nashville, Tennessee. By around 10 p.m. on November 15th, 1994, George was already at work. Lynn was getting ready to start her shift, leaving their 3 young children under the supervision of George's 15-year-old daughter, Diane.
My stepdaughter, Diane, is a great child. She is responsible. She's mature. She's had seizures, so the doctors have put her on Depacote. And if you don't take it at the certain times, then it doesn't work. It's like not taking it at all. So her father bought her an alarm box. It tells you it's time to take your medicine. It was very unusual to hear it being reset at 9:30 at night. I think deep inside I knew that it wasn't Diane. I panicked. I could see Marlene and Travis, and they had just handfuls of this medicine.
Diane, get up.
When I got woken up, and it was this terror going through my head. Marlene had my medicine. Some of them were in the pill box, and some of them were in her hand.
Did you take any of that?
No, Mommy, they're yucky.
Are you sure?
Marlene looked at me so funny. Her eyes were humongous.
Sit right there. Open wide.
The pills are pink, so I figured, well, if she took it, it would have faded on her tongue. There was nothing. At that point, I felt relieved.
You go ahead and come in.
She gave me a kiss goodnight and said, "I love you, Mom."
Around 4:30 a.m., 6-year-old Sean woke up.
Marlene was making noises. She woke me up. It sounded like... Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Diane, wake up.
What's wrong?
She's breathing funny.
Marlene. Marlene. Sweetie, wake up. It's Diane. Come on, Marlene. Oh, my God.
Usually when I touch her the first time, she wakes up. And then when she didn't wake up, that just scared me to death.
My little sister, she's 3 years old, and she's making these strange noises. When I went to pick her up out of the bed, she wanted to throw up, but she couldn't.
Man, we'll send someone over to check on her. What's her address, please, man?
2216.
All right, we'll be right there, man.
Okay, thank you.
I felt so guilty because it was my medicine she had took. And I felt if I would put it up in a higher place where she couldn't reach it, then this would never happened.
Within 6 minutes, Nashville Fire Department units began arriving, including paramedic Charlie Mock. Lynn rushed home as soon as she was notified and told them her daughter might have taken Depacote.
She doesn't take this medication?
No, she does. It's Diane's.
We were very concerned for the child immediately because we didn't know how much of the medication she had taken, how much of it might have absorbed, or how far along the damage to her organs might have progressed. Did she have any other history of medical problems?
No.
All we knew really was that her central nervous system was severely depressed, and we needed to get to a hospital rapidly.
Look at Mom.
I love that girl to death. I just knew I just couldn't handle it, and it's just breaking me up inside.
I was praying a lot. I felt like I let her down. When I even suspected her taking that medicine, I should have just taken her to the hospital and had her checked.
Okay, Mom, if you'll go stand right over there, they'll be with you in just a second.
At Donaldson Hospital, 3-year-old Marlene Haynes was examined by emergency physician Janice Sanford.
She was essentially comatose on arrival. She also began having major seizures. She had several major body systems which were beginning to fail her.
Let's give her 20 cc per kilo fluid bolus, please.
We put down some medication called charcoal into a stomach tube to try to absorb any of the poison that might still be in her GI tract. We can arrange to get her transferred. She's probably the sickest child I've ever taken care of. It was very difficult to talk to her parents. Hi, are you Marlon's parents? Mm-hmm. I'm Dr. Sanford. I'm sorry to have to tell you, your little girl is very sick.
Well,
it looks like she's taken
served in Vietnam, and I saw some terrifying things, but I don't believe I've ever been frightened any more than I was then.
These pills that she took. I'm afraid that's going to be about all we can do for her here at this hospital, though.
She couldn't breathe on her own. Somebody had to do it for her. And it scared me. All I could see was her head. And they had this tube coming out of her mouth with this balloon on it. They pushed that balloon, and that was her air.
Marlene was transferred to the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit of Vanderbilt Children's Hospital under the care of Dr. Jeremy Garrett.
Her blood was found to have more than 10 times the amount of Depacote that would often be used for control of seizures. It was a time-release medication, and we were very concerned that she could have delayed effects.
Just conjugate gaze.
We really were uncertain if she was going to survive.
Her condition is very serious.
It was my understanding that they had never had to deal with that type of overdose before.
12 to 24 hours.
So it was...
She's unconscious.
Something new for them, too.
Aware of what's happening. We don't have any specific antidote for this medicine. And really, right now our focus is on to see if she'll get through it. But even if she does, there's a chance that she may end up with some sort of brain damage.
I told myself, no, I'm not going to let her die. She's going to get better. I could never imagine life without her.
I knew that she was fighting for her life. I probably prayed more that night than I have in the last 20 years, I guess.
Dr. Garrett gave Marlene a drug to try to help her poisoned system carry oxygen better and waited to see what would happen.
Her Depacote level dropped dramatically throughout that day.
Mama's here. Daddy's here, Marlene.
Hi, baby. There's Daddy's pizza.
When she smiled and said, "Hi, Daddy," I felt just ecstatic. You want to just run up down the street and just scream and shout. It's just a wonderful feeling to have her and to have her back the way she was.
2 months have passed since the incident.
Touch the arrow to change computer words. When Marlene came back home, I just grabbed a hold of her and just thanked God that she was okay. Thank God she's here instead of up there with him.
Is anybody home?
We almost lost our child because of something that could have been prevented.
The doctors had said if it would have been 15 minutes later, she would have died.
Come on.
A lot of pills are brightly colored, and they can look like candy. It's very important that the parents keep the pills in their original child-proof containers and then keep them on a high locked shelf out of the reach of their children to prevent them from sampling some of the pills that they may very well think are candy.
It doesn't hurt me. I love Mom, Daddy.
When I look at Marlene now, I see a lifetime with her, and I am just so grateful to everyone.
It knocks one down, Sean, every 5 minutes. One on each side every 5 minutes.
I kind of felt like it was an awakening personally because it made me think about how much we take for granted. I believe that The greatest treasure we have on this earth is the children that God gives us.
Next.
Kids are putting snow in the slide so it go faster. It was Lance's turn to go. The next time I saw him, I thought he died.